Caitlin Clark just landed another incredible endorsement. This time it's with Stanley Cups. God.
Caitlin Clark has done it once more. She's completely taken over social media. This time, it's all about her partnership with Stanley. Yes, that's right. The tumbler company that has become a sensation among mothers, relatives, and university students everywhere. Sales numbers have skyrocketed following Clark's brand new partnership announcement. She isn't even playing basketball at the moment, yet her influence is so incredible that merchandise is disappearing from store shelves at lightning speed. Could Caitlin Clark's Stanley partnership actually be more significant than some of her greatest basketball achievements? Let's be completely honest here. Caitlin Clark has joined forces with Stanley, the very same Stanley that practically dominates the entire tumbler industry. And just like that, sales figures are reaching unprecedented heights. This goes far beyond a simple celebrity endorsement deal. We're witnessing a complete cultural phenomenon unfold. Clark has expanded beyond just selling basketball uniforms and athletic shoes. She's now in the business of promoting staying hydrated. Her reach has grown so powerful that she can influence purchasing decisions across completely different product categories. The impact is undeniable. When Clark puts her name behind something, consumers respond immediately. Her ability to drive sales in markets totally unrelated to sports demonstrates just how massive her personal brand has become. This Stanley collaboration proves that her influence extends well beyond the basketball arena into everyday lifestyle products that millions of people use regularly. The promotional photos were released, showing Clark gripping those Stanley tumblers in bright fever shades. She wore her Nike athletic wear, flashing that knowing smile as if she understood the internet storm she was about to create. Social media platforms exploded immediately. People shared screenshots everywhere, TikTok videos started appearing left and right, and supporters were already demanding to know the release date for her special color collection. The tumblers hadn't even gone on sale officially, yet reseller communities were already creating a buzz. This isn't just marketing excitement. This represents total market control. Let's be completely honest about what's happening here. This situation goes way beyond Clark simply promoting drinking containers. She's demonstrating her power beyond the basketball world. She's proving that her reach extends deep into everyday lifestyle purchases. Consider this carefully. Gatorade represents sports nutrition. Wilson covers sports equipment. Nike handles sports and athletic fashion. But Stanley? That's completely mainstream territory. That's targeting mothers, college students, and office professionals. That's reaching people who have never watched a single WNBA game but will still purchase a Clark-branded Stanley tumbler because it's the current trend. That's what we call genuine crossover influence. Naturally, the critics immediately appeared with their complaints. They questioned why she's receiving all these endorsement opportunities, claiming she hasn't earned them and dismissing the product as just another drinking container. The same repetitive complaints we always hear. But here's what the critics can't argue against. Actual sales figures never lie. Stanley is moving significantly more merchandise than before. Retail locations are running out of inventory completely. And the single factor that changed? Caitlin Clark's image and name being connected to their brand. This demonstrates the real power of authentic celebrity influence. When someone can drive purchasing behavior across industries they've never been directly involved with before. Clark has proven she can sell products to audiences who might not even follow her sport, simply because of her personal appeal and cultural relevance.
Still maintaining to land deals is, legendary. And not to mention, she still got to deal with Gatorade as well. So for her to land this Stanley deal is just, I know a lot of people talk about her agent not being there for her agent doing all these things. I gotta give it to her agent, bro. Now, granted, would Caitlin Clark be getting these deals if she didn't have her agent? Probably. But she still gotta give some, we still gotta give some credit to the agent. This is a nice cup here. I don't think I ever seen one like that. This is legendary right here. And Caitlin looks super happy to have this deal as well.
Here's what the numbers actually show us. Stanley was already making billions every year from their sales. But fresh data reveals something incredible happened when Clark's collaboration hints first appeared online. Website visits jumped by double digits overnight. Orders placed in advance for her upcoming products went through the roof. Some retailers found themselves completely sold out of regular Stanley items because customers figured Clark's collection would have limited quantities. Nobody wanted to take the risk of missing out. This is exactly what happens with the Taylor Swift effect. Whatever gets connected to her turns into absolute madness. And here comes the funny part. Picture those doubters who insisted Clark was nothing more than empty publicity, now watching her move water containers quicker than certain NBA stars move their signature shoes. It's absolutely ridiculous. These same people continue placing bets against her success. And each single time, she demonstrates she's far more than just a sports player. She represents an entire cultural shift. Now let's examine the brilliant marketing strategy behind this. Stanley didn't simply stick Clark's name letters onto a drinking container. They created an entire product range for her. 5 completely different designs. The large jug, the tumbler style, the standard water bottle, the traditional cup, plus a version perfect for traveling. And those color choices: fever tone, navy shade, Iowa gold hue, understated gray. It feels like they translated her whole professional journey into actual color schemes. Supporters weren't purchasing just one item. They were grabbing all 5 pieces to build their complete set. That's completely deliberate. This goes way beyond a simple celebrity endorsement. This represents a comprehensive product launch. Clark looked completely comfortable and genuine in the promotional material. She wasn't acting stiff or trying too hard. She was laughing naturally, striking poses, and holding that tumbler like it was just an ordinary Tuesday. That matters a lot. Many professional athletes appear uncomfortable in lifestyle advertisements because it's simply not their comfort zone. Not Clark, though. She fits right in seamlessly. That's exactly why companies keep calling her up for deals. She's down to earth enough that regular people can relate to her, while still being famous enough to create massive excitement. Here's what's truly remarkable. She accomplished all of this while dealing with an injury. Just think about that for a moment. She hasn't even stepped onto the basketball court for half the season, yet her endorsement opportunities never stop coming. Most professional athletes require game highlights and spectacular performances to stay in the spotlight. Clark just needs a simple announcement and a photograph. That's what we call genuine brand power. And the critics absolutely despise it because it demonstrates she's become bigger than just her game statistics. Now let's make some comparisons here. Other WNBA players certainly have their own endorsement contracts too. However, none of them are selling everyday lifestyle items on this massive scale. Aja Wilson has her Nike basketball shoe contract. Sabrina Ionescu has developed her own product line. Angel Reese secured her Reebok partnership. These are all excellent business moves, absolutely. But are any of them successfully selling $40 tumblers to suburban mothers in Iowa and office workers in Boston? Definitely not. That's Clark's specialty area, and she completely dominates it. The most amusing aspect: these tumblers retail for $40 to $60, and people still complain it's overpriced. Seriously? You'll spend $100 on a scented candle from Bath & Body Works without hesitation, but suddenly Clark's Stanley tumbler is too expensive? Give me a break. These products are selling out immediately because customers recognize the value in that personal connection. They're not simply purchasing a drinking container, they're buying into Clark's entire story and brand. This situation isn't just beneficial publicity for Stanley either. This creates a roadmap for all future endorsement opportunities. Other lifestyle companies are paying close attention to these results. If Clark can make water bottles trendy and desirable, just imagine what she could accomplish with home furnishings, clothing collections, or technology partnerships. The limit isn't basketball achievements anymore. It's wherever she decides to expand her influence. That's precisely why this business deal carries such significance. So let's wrap up this first part of the story. Caitlin Clark's Stanley partnership goes far beyond a simple endorsement contract. It's concrete evidence that she's transformed from a basketball player into a genuine cultural phenomenon. She's successfully selling products to customers who have never attended a Fever basketball game. She's making merchandise go viral without even playing in games. And she's forcing critics to scramble for explanations about why a tumbler sold out quicker than some team jerseys. Let's examine more closely why this Stanley agreement holds such importance. For decades, athletic footwear has represented the ultimate prize in athlete endorsements. Everyone dreams of having their signature sneaker, the eye-catching color schemes, the exclusive limited releases. That's traditionally how we measured cultural influence. At least, that's how things worked before. Caitlin Clark just completely changed those rules. She didn't require sneakers to demonstrate her marketing appeal. She transformed tumblers into the hottest new item everyone wants. Consider that impact for a moment. The resale marketplace that typically focuses obsessively on Air Jordans or Yeezys is suddenly creating excitement around Clark's Stanley tumblers. Online communities where people usually discuss shoe sizing are now debating which Clark color variation they successfully purchased. This represents sneaker culture enthusiasm redirected toward drinking accessories. And if you believe that sounds absolutely ridiculous, you're completely correct. But it's ridiculous in a way that generates serious profits. The reality that Clark can create this level of buying frenzy means she's not just another athlete promoting a product. She's completely redefining what athlete endorsements can actually accomplish. It's no longer about staying within sports equipment categories. It's about expanding into lifestyle markets where her supporters already spend their time and money. Supporters don't need basketball sneakers to feel that personal connection. But everyone requires a water bottle for daily use. Clark and Stanley recognize this opportunity, and the sales figures prove it was brilliant strategy. Now let's address those critics again, because they inevitably appear every time. Their complaint typically sounds like this: she's selling tumblers instead of winning championships, as if endorsement success and athletic performance cannot coexist. Clark is currently injured, that's true, but her business deals keep flowing steadily. That's not a sign of weakness, that's actually tremendous strength. It demonstrates she's risen above just game statistics and performance metrics. If anything, her ability to maintain this level of relevance while sitting on the sidelines proves just how influential her personal brand has truly become. Let's be completely honest here. If any other WNBA player had secured this exact same deal, those same critics would be celebrating it as revolutionary progress. But since it's Clark achieving this success, suddenly it's dismissed as just a simple tumbler. That obvious double standard reveals much more about the critics themselves than it does about her accomplishments. They simply cannot accept that she dominates every single conversation, every news headline, every product announcement. Well, too bad for them. The marketplace has delivered its verdict loud and clear. From a business perspective, this deal also demonstrates why companies can no longer afford to overlook women's sports. Stanley didn't choose Clark as a charity case or goodwill gesture. They selected her because they recognized potential profits. They witnessed her selling out entire arenas, dramatically increasing television ratings, and generating massive online traffic with every public appearance. They understood that connecting her name to their products would drive sales significantly. And now that it has succeeded exactly as planned, other lifestyle companies will definitely follow this example. This represents the beginning of a much larger trend. Picture these future possibilities: Caitlin Clark kitchen appliances, Caitlin Clark home decoration items, Caitlin Clark technology accessories. If Stanley can shatter sales records with drinking tumblers, don't you think Target would be interested in a Clark-branded furniture collection? Don't you think Apple would want her appearing in commercials selling iPads to Generation Z and millennial customers? This current deal establishes the foundation and precedent. Clark is no longer restricted to athletic apparel and sports equipment. She has become a complete cross-industry marketing powerhouse. This means her endorsement business just grew enormously. Let's review what's now in her collection. Nike secured, Wilson secured, Gatorade secured, Panini secured, Stanley now secured as well. That covers 5 completely different business sectors. She's controlling athletic shoes, sports gear, drinks, trading cards, and everyday lifestyle products. Most professional athletes consider themselves fortunate to have partnerships in 2 of those areas. Clark has captured all 5. And remember, she's only in her 2nd professional season. Let that reality settle in. The WNBA gains from this success too, whether league officials acknowledge it openly or not. When Clark creates sellout demand for Stanley tumblers, it's not merely a personal victory. It shines a bright light on the entire league. Every single time her name starts trending on social media, the phrases Indiana Fever and WNBA trend alongside it. The league's reputation grows stronger because her individual brand does. That explains why television networks and corporate sponsors continue increasing their financial commitments. They understand that Clark transforms women's basketball into mainstream public discussion. Obviously, not every player in the league appreciates this situation. Some teammates observe the media attention she receives and feel their own contributions get ignored. That reaction is completely understandable. However, business deals like this demonstrate exactly why Clark operates in her own special category. This isn't about playing favorites or unfair treatment. This is pure business economics. Companies invest their marketing dollars in whoever can actually move merchandise off store shelves. Currently, that person is Caitlynclark. And until someone else starts generating tumbler sales by the thousands, this pattern will continue unchanged. Now let's examine customer purchasing patterns. Stanley's primary customer base has traditionally consisted of suburban mothers and university students. Those consumer groups have significant overlap with Clark's existing fan base. Mothers who supported her during her Iowa college career, students who purchase her team jerseys, families who attend Fever basketball games regularly. All of these people represent the exact same demographic that was already passionate about Stanley products. This business partnership created perfect audience alignment. It wasn't a random decision. It was carefully calculated marketing, and the strategy succeeded completely. The sales data proves this point clearly. Stanley's website experienced massive traffic increases when Clark's product line went live. Retail store partners reported inventory shortages within just a few hours. Online advance orders reached maximum capacity much faster than anyone anticipated, and secondary resale marketplaces immediately filled up with listings priced at 2 to 3 times the original retail cost. That level of immediate demand doesn't occur with just any celebrity collaboration. That happens when customer desire completely overwhelms available supply, and that overwhelming demand is being generated by one single name: Caitlynclark. So what are the long-term implications here? This means Clark is constructing a personal brand that doesn't depend on basketball's seasonal schedule limitations. The WNBA has a defined off-season period when games stop. Endorsement contracts don't have that same limitation. Through Stanley, Clark's marketing influence extends into home kitchens, workplace offices, fitness centers, and school classrooms throughout the entire year. Supporters don't just cheer for her when she scores 30 points in a game. They drink from her branded tumbler every single day of their lives. That represents permanent brand integration into daily routines. And it's absolutely genius marketing strategy. And here's the most exciting part. She's nowhere near finished with these opportunities. If her signature athletic shoe launches in 2026, the way industry experts anticipate, it will become a worldwide sensation. Add several more lifestyle brand partnerships on top of that foundation, and we're potentially looking at a professional athlete who could realistically achieve billionaire status by the time her career concludes. You can laugh at that prediction if you want to, but that's exactly where her current business trajectory is clearly pointing. Partnerships like Stanley make this financial possibility obvious to anyone paying attention. The truly ironic aspect is how critics keep changing their standards for success. Initially, their complaint was, she won't be able to sell out sports arenas. Then she accomplished that goal repeatedly. Next, they said, she won't secure major endorsement deals. Now she has more corporate partnerships than anyone else in her sport. Then they claimed she can't successfully sell lifestyle products to mainstream consumers. Well, here we stand today with overwhelming evidence to the contrary. Those criticism goalposts will continue moving to new positions because the doubters refuse to acknowledge the obvious truth. Clark operates in a completely separate league from everyone else. So let's bring this discussion to a close. The Stanley partnership isn't simply about selling tumblers. It's about demonstrating total market dominance. It proves Clark's influence reaches far beyond basketball courts. It proves she can successfully market products across completely different business categories. It proves the critics have run out of reasonable excuses. And it proves the NBA's future success is directly connected to her individual achievements. That's not just marketing excitement or temporary hype. That's documented reality, confirmed by actual sales receipts and repeated product sellouts. So there you have the complete story. Stanley's sales numbers skyrocketed immediately following Caitlynclark's major endorsement deal. She's no longer just a professional athlete. She has become a genuine cultural force, transforming ordinary everyday items into highly sought-after products. Critics can complain endlessly if they choose to, but the hard sales numbers never lie about consumer demand. What's your opinion on this development? Do you think this represents her most intelligent endorsement decision so far? Share your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button and subscribe for more updates.